Welcome to Traveling Oracle, the magical podcast, where we talk energetics, spirituality, and how you can use this etheric knowledge to drastically change, transform, and up-level all areas of your life. Are you ready for the glow up? Let's go. Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of the Traveling Oracle, a magical podcast. It's been a rough, 4 weeks. I'm normally so consistent every week with my podcast, but there has been so many things happening in my life, so many transformations personally, so many things that I've had to take a moment to stop and internalize and integrate and just really allow myself to heal and be for a while. And I'm feeling like I'm coming out on the other side of that process now. Y'all, it has been full on. I mean, this spiritual journey is no joke. Every time a new wave of spiritual awakening comes, it is deep, it is transformative, and it kind of knocks you off of whatever pedestal you had placed yourself on, whatever platform that you were standing on. It shakes everything up. Some spiritual awakenings some layers are subtle, and it's just like little spiritual realizations, and then some are waves that deeply leave you confused, right? Because a lot of deep spiritual awakenings end up in an identity crisis because it changes you so much that at the end of that wave, you are no longer who you used to be. And so you have to re-figure out or re-understand your identity with this new knowledge, at this new level of realization, at this new level of consciousness. And that's what has been happening to me for the past 3 months, basically. So I was in Bali for the past 3 months. This was my second trip over there, and every trip to Bali is a crazy one. And I'm now back in London because I've gotten exactly what I needed. It's like bam, 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 bam. And then it was like, okay, it's time to go to London. I was like, cool, I'm out. But anyway, before I get into what today's topic is about, let's invite the spiritual beings that travel with me for my good to enter the space now and help me to get the messages through. Help me to get the messages through that anyone who's listening really needs to hear to transform their lives, that really needs to hear to elevate their consciousness, that really need to hear to open up their heart and receive and give love in their heart. Thank you so much. And that is what we're going to be talking about this podcast, guys. We're going to be talking about love. Because there's so many new realizations that I've had, and I've recently done ayahuasca. I did 3 ceremonies, and I'm going to do full episodes on my experience with ayahuasca. But one of the most important lessons that Mama Ayahuasca, Grandmother Ayahuasca, blasted through my mind was how important love is in life, and how important love is, not just in romance, not just in relationships, but in every aspect of your life. So many of you are going through a hard time in your life because you have no love in your life. So many of you are having a hard time growing a business. So many of you are having a hard time just living a life that you love. Just living a life that lights you up, and you're wondering, what is it that I'm doing wrong? I have all the qualifications. I've done all the things that I was told I need to do to be successful. I'm doing all the things that I've been told that I need to do to live a happy life, to live a fulfilling life. Yet, no matter what I do, I don't feel great. I don't feel good in my body. I don't feel good in my life. I don't feel happy in my life. You're missing love in your heart. What do you mean by that, Akil? I have love in my heart. I love my family, kinda. I love my friends-ish. I have love for what I want to do in life. I have dreams and aspirations. Yes, but can you feel that love in your heart? When you think about your body, can you feel that love in your heart? When you think about your loved ones, can you really feel the emotion of love in your heart? Can you feel the energy of love in your heart? When you think about your mother, the person who carried you for 9 months in her womb, can you feel that love in your heart, regardless of any of the bullshit that might have happened afterwards? We all have complicated relationships in varying degrees with our mother, with our father. But can you feel that love in your heart? If you're in a relationship, can you feel that love in your heart? When you think about your business that you're growing, can you feel that love in your heart? Love is the energy that makes everything grow. And as that information was blasted through my pineal gland when I was on ayahuasca, I kept hearing love, love, love. Akil, remember, love is the answer. Love is the answer. I was shown how much I didn't love my body. I was shown how much I didn't love myself. I had a theoretical love for my body because I knew that I should. And I think that's what a lot of you out there are experiencing. You're wondering to yourself, oh my gosh, I love myself. So why are these things manifesting in my life that come from a lack of self-love? I know I love myself. That's your problem. You quote unquote know you love yourself. To know is an intellectual process. And that intellectual knowledge of love will never be the same as the feeling of actual love. So the question should be, as you go on today and you move on from this podcast, how can I feel the love for myself? I know I love myself, but how can I feel the love for myself? How can I feel the love for my body? How can I embody this tangible feeling of love? So many of you, your heart chakras are blocked. Your heart chakras are blocked, and that's why you push away everyone in your life who already loves you in pursuit of someone who will love you. That's what I did for a very long time in my life. I pushed away the people in my life that loved me. I pushed away my mom. I pushed away my dad. I pushed away my brother. I pushed away my best friend. I pushed away the people who are already embedded in my life, who have huge love for me. I put distance between me and them. I didn't talk to them often. All the while I was sitting in my room somewhere half across the world, wondering why no one loved me. Wondering why no one loved me because I didn't have a significant other. I wasn't in a relationship with another person. Why no one loved me. Sitting in my room, sometimes crying, sometimes being upset. Why did no one love me? Why is it that no one loves me? What is wrong with me? Spinning out sometimes. When there were so many people in my life trying so hard to love me, and I would not let them. I pushed them away. Like, no. I need to look for love. Sometimes spiritual awakenings really shows you how ridiculous your behavior really is. How ridiculous your behavior really is. And so I was shown that in order for me to be able to accept the type of love I was looking for in partnership, I needed to first accept the love that was already planted in my life. I needed to accept the love that was already flowing in my life. So ayahuasca helped me to understand how much I love the people who are already in my life and how much I was pushing them away. And it wasn't anything wrong with them. Because I used to think they were the problem. Oh, my mom says this to me and I don't like when she behaves this way. Oh, my dad is this way and I don't like it. This is why I push him away. Oh, my best friend this is why I push her away. Oh, my brother, oh my gosh, this and that. That's why I push him away. I thought they were the problem. And through this spiritual awakening, I realized I was the problem. I was the one who couldn't feel enough love in my heart. I was the one who was being prickly. I was the one who was behaving in an unlovable manner. And again, this is not about the situations or the details. Of course, there are things that other people do that, cause distance, cause pain, of course. But when you strip away all of those things, none of those things matter. None of those things matter. And and you're probably thinking, Akil, well, it's easy to say. You don't know what this person did to me. Guess what? You know how I know none of these things matter? Because if you get a call right now saying that this loved one who you had this estranged relationship with is in the hospital on their deathbed and might not make it through the day, watch how quickly everything changes. None of that extra shit matters. None of it. All that matters is that love that you have for that person. And when you're able to focus on that love, when you're able to feel that love in your heart, you're able to smooth your way over and through all of those prickly circumstances that have separated and divided you. And that's the thing about life. Separation and division is what disconnects us from the loving connection we have with people around us, even with strangers, even with nations. This world is so cold. This world is so cold, and it's not how it's supposed to be. We are not a warring race. We've developed through the years, we're a collaborative race. We're supposed to be connecting with each other. We're supposed to be helping each other. We're supposed to be loving each other. But the way the world has allowed different forces to divide us, to separate us from the love we have for each other, that is why we have wars. That is why we have famines. What do you mean that's why we have famines, Akil? That's a weather phenomenon. Yes, but there's so many of us who have. Why is it so hard for us to share with those who don't? You go to certain countries, you see people who have so much standing right beside people who have nothing. And our hearts are so cold that we don't even turn to look at the person who has nothing. No love in our hearts. No love in our hearts, and that is what is killing humanity. That is what is stopping us as a race from developing. That is what is stopping us as a race from elevating. That is what is holding us back. There are so many new inventions, so much progress to be made as a race if we had more love in our heart. Because if we had more love in our heart, we would be more connected. If we're more connected, we're more collaborative. If we're more collaborative, we have more ideas flowing. We're working together. We're building faster. We're progressing faster. But we've allowed this spirit of division. We've allowed this spirit of separation. It's all about me. Every man for himself. I've got to build what I've got to build. You got to figure your stuff out. That's not who we are. That's not the core of humanity. And in this day and age, a lot of us are waking up to that fact. We're waking up as we are elevating our consciousness. We're waking up to the fact that energy runs the world, that things like love, that things like spirituality, there are other things that run this world. We're waking up to that fact. And I hope, podcast listener, that you are one of those persons who are waking up to the fact that the universe is not simply its physicality. And I want to drop a little gem here because I want you to understand how powerful love is. If you infuse love, Oh my gosh, I just had to pause. I just had to pause the recording because I had a sneezing fit. I had to ask, is it that I'm not supposed to share this information? And they said, no, just stop and think about how you're going to present it. I was like, okay. Love is so powerful in every aspect of your life. If you have a business idea, and before you start moving on that business idea, you infuse love in that idea. Think of the idea in your mind, whatever picture comes to your mind when you picture the business you're trying to grow. If you look at that idea in your mind and picture love, just send love from the heart chakra. Send love all the way from the heart chakra, going straight to that business idea, and infuse that idea with love. And then release it to the universe, whether you picture it going up in the sky to the galaxies, to the universe, or you picture it going underneath the earth, like you're planting it in the ground. I couldn't figure out if I wanted to say ground or earth. Yeah, but you picture it being planted in the earth. I guarantee you that business idea will grow, and it will grow with such, I almost wanted to say love, but such abundance, because love is literally the stuff that causes things to grow. It's the energy, it's the building block of growth. But things like this only work for you, this type of alchemical process. This was one of the things that was shown to me after my third eye awakening, and I had very high level connections with certain things. I was shown this whole alchemical process of growing something from nothing. But the meat of the matter is you must infuse it with love. But this only works if you can feel love in your heart, if your heart chakra is unblocked. So you have to be very honest with yourself. Can you actually feel love in your heart? Does it make you tear up when you think about how much you love yourself, how much you love life, how much you love your family? Can you feel that level of love in your heart? If you cannot, you first must unblock your heart chakra. There are many grounding meditations. Sorry, grounding is on my mind because I've needed grounding since those ceremonies. Because it feels like my spirit was pulled out of my body and then thrown back in like no specific orientation, and I had to figure out how to kind of reconnect my spirit with my body. It almost felt like I had to figure out how to fix the interface between my soul and the body as an avatar. It was crazy, guys. But anyway, there are a lot of heart chakra opening meditations. There are a lot of heart chakra frequencies on YouTube that you can play as you go about your life, as you go about your commute, as you go about cleaning your house or your room or whatever it is. Focus on unblocking that heart chakra for the month. Because once you unblock the heart, everything falls into place, because love is the most potent frequency. It's the most potent energy. And once you can feel it flowing through your body, you can then infuse it in anything you do, and everything you do will grow and abundance will flow. Why do you think when you hear all these successful people talk about, the things that they're doing, they always talk about leaving something they didn't love to do, something that they didn't enjoy doing, and they're focusing on their passion. They're focusing on the things that they love. And once they were able to do that, everything opened up for them, because they, without thinking about the spiritual principles behind it, tapped into the lesson and the knowing of love is what makes everything grow. And so when we break out of this illusion that love just means the feeling between me and my boyfriend, or me and my husband, the feeling between me and my significant other, when we break out of the illusion that that's the only or the highest type of love we can feel, that's when the world comes alive for you. And that's why people who have kids, They always say when you have a child, that's a different understanding of love, because through that process, you are forced to understand the true nature of love. So, my love, if from listening to this podcast, you recognize the absence of the essence, the true essence, not the theoretical knowledge, just the true essence of love in your life. I literally just heard Akil put together something and offer it so that everyone can have access. I'm going to put together meditations for love, for unblocking the heart chakra. I'm going to put together activities for blocking the heart chakra. I'm going to put it all together in a bundle, and I'm going to offer it for $19.99, a nice, really low number that anyone who wants to access can. And I want you to focus for this month on unblocking your heart chakra, because once you unblock your heart chakra, guys, the amount of love it's like a generator of love right in the middle of that chakra. A generator of love. And once you unblock it, it starts to pump love through your energy field. It starts to pump love, pump love, pump love. And that alone will shift your frequency, and you will start to attract everything into your life that you want to attract. You don't have to go out and try to manifest. You don't have to try and understand this manifesting technique, this manifesting principle. You don't have to do anything, because you will attract. Anything you want, you are. Anything you need, you have. That's the frequency of love. Everything is attracted to you. You sit in the center of your soul, and everything you need will come towards you. Ooh, it's super powerful. Super powerful. I mean, since my ayahuasca ceremony, I've noticed that little things that I've wanted that I couldn't get, like something would come up, like I'm like, oh, can I have this? And they're like, no, this is sold out, or no, we don't have any more of this, or no, you can't. I'm like, oh, you know what? Fine, I'll just do this instead. 15 minutes, they come back. Oh, this actually opened up. Oh, this person canceled, so we now have time to do, like, any little thing that I want. Since my heart chakra has been unblocked, since I have had that frequency of love permeate my energetic field, everything I want comes to me. Big, small, large, complex, simple, everything I want comes to me. And then I just get surprised. I'm like, oh. And then I remember, oh yeah, I've unblocked that energy field. I've unblocked that. It's like that the heart is like a gate, and I've unlocked that gate. And so what I really want for you who are listening, I want you to actually access that gate as well. I want you to access that frequency that's right in the middle of your chest that allows life to shift powerfully for you. So I'm going to leave the details below for you to sign up for if you're interested in getting that bundle for unblocking your heart chakra. And I am going to leave you with: love the skin that you're in. Love the body you're in. Love the family you're in. Love the people you're around. Love the planet you're on. Receive the love from all the people and all the places. Feel love. Bathe yourself in love, and you will start to be love. I love you all, my listeners, and I will see you in the next episode.